Republican lawmakers in Tennessee have expelled 2 Democratic lawmakers from the state House of Representatives, but they failed to remove another. They had accused the Democrats of disorderly conduct after they led chants from the House floor with gun control protesters days after a deadly shooting in Tennessee. Skylar Henry shares more about what happened on the House floor in Nashville.
With their arms raised, Democratic Representatives Justin Pearson, Gloria Johnson, and Justin Jones walked through a sea of supporters at the Tennessee State House.
Aye, 72, 25 nays.
Hours later, the Republican supermajority voted to expel Jones and Pearson. A vote to strip Johnson of her elected position failed. The three were accused of leading a gun control protest on the House floor, just days after the deadly Nashville school shooting.
You, Representative Johnson, Representative Pearson, then began from the well shouting without recognition. Is that correct?
We began shouting after repeatedly being denied recognition.
The session began with Republicans introducing bills to address gun violence in schools, including adding armed officers to all schools.
We will pay for them with state dollars so that no community throughout this state has any excuse not to have armed security that is well trained.
The debate allowed the 3 Democrats to speak about the absence of gun control legislation.
Nowhere in this bill do I hear the word, or do I see the word, guns.
Representative Johnson is a former teacher who experienced a school shooting in 2008.
I just want to make sure that we're actually doing something different that's a solution, because I don't feel that with this piece of legislation.
The chamber gallery was filled with protesters holding signs. Outside, hundreds of students, teachers, and parents protested the expulsions.
All of Tennessee deserves representation, even the people you don't agree with.
Tennessee House rules allow for the appointment of interim representatives until the seats are filled in a special election. Pearson and Jones will be allowed to run for their seats again.
Well, following the vote, a lot of questions were raised about who lawmakers voted to expel and why. All 3 of the Democratic representatives faced expulsion, but only 2 were expelled. And when asked about why she was not expelled from the House, this is what Representative Gloria Johnson had to say.
I will answer your question. It might have to do with the color of our skin.
Of the other lawmakers in her district, only one of them, the other Democrat, voted not to expel Johnson. Now, 2 Republicans did cross party lines, voting in favor of Johnson staying. Like you heard just a few moments ago, Justin Jones and Justin Pearson will be able to run for their seats again. Justin Pearson has already started his re-election campaign. But under Tennessee law, council members for Jones and Pearson's respective counties could simply reappoint them to their seats. For Jones, that could be as early as Monday. The Nashville Metro Council is holding a special meeting then to select someone to fill his seat before a special election can be held. Nashville's mayor believes that will be the case.
I hope to see you all here on Monday. Yeah! Monday for the House session, because every week until this session adjourns, we will return whether we're inside the chamber or outside the chamber.
Vice President Kamala Harris is headed to Nashville, Tennessee to meet with Jones, Pearson, and Johnson, as well as students at Fisk University. She's expected to be there around 6:30 tonight. She tweeted about last night's events in the Tennessee House, saying in part, 6 people, including 3 children, were killed last week in a school shooting in Nashville. How did Republican lawmakers in Tennessee respond? By expelling their colleagues who stood with Tennesseans and said enough is enough. Well, expulsions are pretty rare, both in Tennessee and really all around the country. Only 2 other House members have ever been booted from the Tennessee chamber since the Civil War. But here in North Carolina, you might remember a more recent expulsion. In 2008, Wilmington Democrat Thomas Wright was expelled from the state house for unethical or ethical misconduct. But that was after he was charged with mishandling loans, as well as campaign and charitable contributions. Now, to be very clear, North Carolina has never expelled a lawmaker for anything other than criminal charges. Political experts say Jones and Pearson's expulsions were the first time Tennessee lawmakers expelled a colleague for anything other than criminal charges.